Newly released surveillance video from the Sebastian County Jail reveals the shocking moments when inmate John Anthony Cole stabbed two sheriff's deputies during a routine cell check. Cole pled guilty to 2 counts of attempted capital murder and was sentenced last month to 200 years in prison. He also pled guilty to a 2021 murder in Fort Smith. 5 News reporter Jacob Luthi spoke with one of the deputies who survived that attack.
Lieutenant Brandon McCaslin, one of the deputies stabbed during the May 9th incident, tells me that critical protocols were not followed that set the stage for the events of that day. But he says it was the swift thinking and determined fight between himself and Deputy Jacob Marr that saved their lives.
I told you I was going to get you.
Were the words inmate John Anthony Cole yelled at Sebastian County Sheriff's deputies Brandon McCaslin and Jacob Marr while stabbing them in the county jail. These images captured the chilling moments on May 9th as deputies fought to restrain Cole, holding him off until reinforcements could step in.
I think what Deputy Marr did allowed me to do what I did, and what I did, we both saved each other's life, and by the grace of God, that happened.
McCaslin tells me that given the nature of Cole's violent history, 2 deputies had to be with him at all times while out in the jail's day center. He says that protocol saved 2 lives.
I don't think he would ever attack us just without a weapon.
That weapon, a metal shank, McCaslin believes was crafted using the metal parts of this mop bucket. Certain protocols were in place to make sure Cole was not able to interact with other inmates. But McCaslin says those protocols were not followed, and he says Cole may have been handed the shank from another inmate.
As a law enforcement officer or a detention deputy or a corrections officer, there's policies and procedures in place for a reason. And if you don't follow them, people can get killed. He was allowed to walk around the pod on several occasions and go door to door and speak to inmates that weren't being weren't under high security like he was inside where he was. They had access to different things and different avenues, and that's where he came up with what he got.
McCaslin was treated and released from the hospital shortly after the event, while Deputy Marr suffered multiple stab wounds, including one to his heart, and underwent surgery. McCaslin says he and Deputy Marr are just lucky to be alive.
I do believe that divine intervention had a lot to do with it. I really do. We're lucky to be alive. We're lucky that we didn't have 2 deputies down there dead. It worked out by the grace of God, or we would have probably had that.
Lieutenant McCaslin tells me that investigations are still ongoing to figure out how exactly Cole obtained the shank, as well as what other protocols may have been missed. He says that multiple deputies have been disciplined. In Fort Smith, covering news where you live, Jacob Luthi, 5 News.